Hello, Diva. Yeah, I'm in jail. They kidnapped me, and I'm in jail. What I need to do? They took my fingerprints. They took my blood. They took my urine. They took my picture. They took everything, Diva, and they got me down here with all these people. What did you sign? What? Well, they told me to sign. So you know you agreed to be in prison, right? Yes. So what you have to do is make sure you're not signing documents with these people, okay? Because every time you do, you're contracting. And so we're going to get into that today. I'm yours truly for the UNA Republic, UNA University. We're going to do this thing today. We're going through it. Why you agreed to be in prison. All right? So the topic for today, you agreed to go to jail. And we're going to get into it. I want y'all to stay tuned because we got a lot of lawful and legal information that's going to be beneficial to you. Once again, yours truly, Diva Marie. Welcome everybody. Let me see who's in the house. Who's in the house? And yes. That's my hair don't move dance. Welcome everybody. Let me know if you all want to go live with me today. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, bring it. We're going into some law and legal information today. For those of y'all who don't know me, I'm yours truly, Diva Laree. You can reach me on Facebook at Diva Laree. You can reach me at divalaree.com. D-I-V to the A. L-Y-R-I coming straight from the A. Let me say that slower. L-Y-R-I coming straight from the A. T-L. How to smell? It's Patana race. Oh, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I was going to go into my hip hop thing. All right, so now, y'all check us out also on UNAuniversity.com, UNARepublic.com. All right, UNAuniversity.com, UNARepublic.com. Lynette's in the house. Sunset Beach is in the house. Who else is that? What you laughing at, Lynette? John's in the house. All right, so let's get started, y'all. Let us get started. I want to welcome y'all on this Sunday. I'm going to spend a little time with you going over some legal information that we are not privy to in general. And I want to get you all to make sure you check out the link in the bio. And if you want to visit us, once again, you can find us on UNARepublic.com, UNAuniversity.com, and you can find us on YouTube. We have a lot of videos there at UNARepublic.com on YouTube, all right? Now, and I'm so happy to be here on this TikTok with you guys, all right? And we've got a lot coming up with the UNA University where you're going to be able to get our app. You're going to be able to get all of our videos and all of our archive sessions, the ones that we didn't lose because somebody decided to shut our session down on UNA America on Facebook, but we're not going to get into that today. What I want you all to do is visit UNA Republic. There are archives there as well dealing with this law. So let's get into this thing. The topic for today is you agreed to go to jail. All right, what's going on with that? Now, what we're talking about is that we have to recognize that every time we're signing something, we are contracting, all right? Every time you are signing something, you are contracting. And what you have to know is that these people can't hold you if you don't agree. So when you're going to jail and they're going to intimidate you, trust me, they're going to intimidate you and make you feel, oh, you got to sign this ticket or you're going to jail, or you got to do this or you're going to jail. If you don't do this, you're going to suffer some kind of penalties. Well, the thing is, everything that happens with you happens because of your consent. Now, here's the deal. If you're ignorant of this knowledge, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So all of these are laws. Remember, last session I went into knowing who you are in this game, because there are what we call maxims of law that deals with God's law, and God says that nobody forces you into a contract. All right. And so we're going to talk about forced contracts in this session. I want to make sure I make a note. We're going to talk about forced contracts and how one can force you into a contract. So now, getting back to this, when you get kidnapped, because that's what it is when you're sovereign and you've made these people aware of who you are, and they decide they want to take you against your will. And Willa, let me know if somebody wants to come on and if they have any questions. But if they kidnap you, these agents, then they'll take you into custody, and the thing will be, we need your photo. We need your thumbprints or your fingerprints. We need your urine. We need your blood. Well, all of that you're signing to. And every time you put your signature on any of these documents, you are agreeing. And if you read these documents, you'll see in them where it says you are giving up your rights. Now, remember the hierarchy of law chart that we went over last session. This is where you have to understand who you are. If you are giving up your God-given rights, then now you are under the jurisdiction of these agents who are not truly government. This is why you have to give them consent. All right? So what happens is when you're in the system, when you're in the system, what happens is that, again, you're signing. You're agreeing for them to take you down to where all of the people are in the dormitories and all of that. All right. So make sure, you go to unarepublic.com /docs, D as in David, O as in Oscar, C as in Charlie, S as in Sam. Go to unarepublic.com /docs and download the hierarchy of law chart. You can download everything in that folder. Please make sure, if you're appreciating this information, like and share. All right. So now, going into this, I want to talk about what the trust is, why the trust is so important. All right. So you all hear us talking about being under trust and getting your trust established so that you are protected, all right, against the system and the agents and whomever else is coming at you. All right. You have a level of protection. That doesn't mean that you can just get away with doing whatever you feel you want to do. You still have other laws that you're under. However, the trust protects you from these agents who are out here. So let's go into how the trust works. All right. I've had several of my clients and students that will tell me, when the agents kidnapped me or what have you, and they took me into custody, they try to pull up my name, and my name's not in the system. Why? Because you are no longer under their jurisdiction. All right. So a lot of people might not be aware that there is the United States of America. Y'all pay attention. And then there is the United States Corporation. The United States of America deals with the body of land. The United States Corporation deals with this corporation that's operated in Washington, D.C. and owned by Britain. It is not of America in any way. It is a foreign corporation. But because you keep pledging and signing your jurisdiction over to them, then you're no longer standing under the United States of America. Yes, there's trickery over here. You have to understand the law. You have to understand what's going on. All right. So you've got this foreign corporation that you keep signing your rights away to. And so what you have to learn to do is to stand, and we do this with our trust documents. This is why we talk about this in the university. It's important for you to be in the university because this is not just about paperwork. You have to know who you are. You have to understand who you are. And you got to understand these documents that you're creating. So what happens is when you create these trusts, it takes you out of the jurisdiction of this corporation and it brings you back into what we call the republic. Please, people, I'm not talking about no Republican or Democratic parties. That's garbage politics. Not talking about that. We're talking about a republic form of government whereby your God-given rights are protected at all costs. So you got to understand what's going on here. All right. We're not talking about politics. We're talking about your rights that you have been signing away. All right. So once again, my clients and my students, they all, when they do finally get themselves under trust, and if something happens, I've had several of them to let me know that the agents had to let them go. Why? Because you're not under their jurisdiction. So someone asked the question, do you have to change your status before you make a trust? When you make the trust, that is a change of your status. So in the university, we go over several different ways that you can change your status. There are several ways that you can change your status. One of the main ways that we deal with is trust, but we go through all of them, as far as making sure that the agents and the corporation over here fully understands what your status is. But what we need to make sure you understand is that there are laws that you still have to respect. You have to have integrity. That's very important to us in the UNA University. So understanding the whole system is what's important. All right, so now, why does the system hold you? All right. Let's understand that there is an estate that's created by your mother. All right. And when you are signing anything, you're giving these agents over here permission to go into that estate and pillage it, if you will. You're giving them permission to take funds from the estate that's created by your mother. Now, the deal is when you don't give them permission by signing to take funds from those estates, then they can't hold you because they can't pay for. By the way, just so you know, when you're in jail and prison and the food and all of that, that's not free. It's coming from you. It's being paid for by your estate. So when people are saying, prison is free, you get a free meal, you get a free this and a free bed and a free housing, no, it's being paid for from your estate. And you keep signing, giving these people permission to take funds from your estate as your fiduciary. All right, so just post the questions for me, Willa, because it's easier for me to see them here. So now, in understanding what that you have an estate and that these people are pillaging it, what you have to learn to do is take over the estate. And we do that once again with the trust. All right. And so once you're under trust, it makes it more difficult for these people to hold you because now they can't get funds from your trust. You're not giving them permission. All right. Now, going back to signing documents. Let's get into signing documents and forced contracts. Now, once again, when you sign the document, you are consenting for someone to pillage your estate. All right. And so the reason why we want to avoid signing documents is because we're entering contracts. And when you enter a contract, you've made an agreement. All right. So now let's understand this. When what we teach in the university is that there are certain ways that if you feel that you're in danger, that you sign a contract. And I want y'all to pay attention. Pay attention. All right. When you feeling forced to sign a contract, one of the things you can do, if you have to sign or feel that you have to sign because you're in fear, then you put a box around it. That's first of all. That's dealing with the four corner rule. All right. In the four corner rule, anything that's in a box, it doesn't really exist on the page. That's one of the laws. Now, the other thing you can do when you sign is you put underneath your name under threat and coercion. Anything under threat and coercion or forced or anything where you're stating that you feel in danger or threatened, that makes the contract null and void. And please be clear, a ticket is a contract. Anything you're signing is a contract. And so once you put on there that you've been threatened or you're under coercion or what have you, that makes the contract null and void. All right. You can put on there, you've seen terms, all rights reserved, where you're saying, hey, I've got God-given rights and I'm not signing them away. I'm not giving them up. And there's also a UCC, which we spoke about in the last session, where UCC means Uniform Commercial Code. It's a federal code. And one of the ones that's used a lot is 1-308, meaning all rights reserved. So you can just state all rights reserved, or you could put that code there under your name. And once again, put all that in a box. That means it doesn't exist on the page. And so, well, what's the four corner rule? Well, so what? It don't exist on the page. Okay, so what happens is if this issue ends up in court and you've put that signature in a box, then the judge has to look at that and recognize that it's not signed. That's how the law works. That is not signed. All right. So now, once again, I want y'all to like and share. And share and like. Someone asked, does it change if you're a veteran in the military, your status? You know, I get this a lot. My people who tend to be the most hesitant about this process are my military people. And I need y'all to understand something. Because I get, Diva, I need my benefits. Because I'm in the military, I don't want to lose my benefits and I don't want to get kicked out. All right, listen. What you need to understand is anytime there's benefits, the state or the quote-unquote government is not giving it to you for free. Remember, everything is coming from your estate, everything. And I mean everything. Food stamps, Medicare, Medicaid, medical alert, medical, whatever, any kind of disability, pension, whatever. It is all coming from your estate. So I had somebody ask this question, why they always asking for my social security number? Listen up. Your social security number is like a credit card number. Your social security card number is like a credit card number. And when you give it to these people, they become your fiduciary. You have turned over the right or signed over the right for them to go into your estate and pull funds from your estate. All right. So you have to understand what's going on with your social security number. It is an estate. It has a value. There are funds in it. All right. And so what you want to learn when you're dealing with these people is that when they're taking your social security number, they're your fiduciary. So getting back to this, as a veteran in the military, when it comes to your status, first of all, I got to tell y'all something. Y'all vets. You can still put your estate under trust, but as a person in the military, you know, when you go in there, it says that you have signed your vessel over to the United States military. You belong to them. All right. So as a military person, does that mean you won't get your benefits? No, it does not. However, I do still suggest you put your estate under trust. And if you're not still in the military, then, put yourself under trust, because you'll rescind that contract. But as someone who's in the military and you're active, you've signed over your vessel. You signed over your estate. You signed over every part of you to the military. You belong to them. All right. So, but that doesn't mean once you get out that you can't put your estate under in a trust. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? Who's that? Tito Pal says I'm listening. All right, Tito. Who else? It says no one can hear. Who can't hear? Something is blocking the message. Willa, can you hear me? And someone asked about a national. So a national is considered someone who is of the United States of America. Remember, you got the United States corporation over here. So you're a U.S. citizen. You over here with these people. But if you're a national, you are of the republic. And this, again, has nothing to do with any kind of politics at all. This means your God-given rights are protected at all costs over here. Over here, you don't have rights. You got privileges given to you by this corporation called the United States. All right. So the nationals are here and they are dealing with that republic side. Well, if you can hear me, please let me know. One Truth asks, how does this work with child support? All right. So getting into child support briefly. Let's understand what happens when there's a child support situation. All right. With child support, once again, everything comes from your estate. Now, if whoever's filing the case, let's understand what happens when you file a case. So now I'm ready to get deep. This is some advanced knowledge that I'm going to here, but listen up. When you file a case, there always has to be insurance on the case. Insurance, a bond, 2 bonds as a matter of fact. So let's say you're filing a case and you're asking for $50,000 for child support from whomever, the whomever it is, the baby father, baby mother, and over a period of 18 years, it comes out to be $50,000. All right. What's going to happen is there has to be 2 bonds filed. Two. All right. By law. I'm not going into the law. Got to come into the university so we can get you squared away on all of this stuff. But from those bonds, those are funds. Both of them have to be $50,000 at least. Normally, they're going to raise that to $1 million. Normally, they start at $1 million, $1 million to $2 million. All right. And these can pay for this can pay for everything dealing with the case. These 2 bonds. However, they're going to those bonds. What they're going to do is they're going to say, all right, the baby mama got to pay $500 a month for blah, blah, blah. And they're going to order her to pay $500 a month for 18 years, or him to pay $500 a month for 18 years. Meanwhile, there's this $1 million or 2 bonds worth $1 million over here that you're not going to claim. Whoever filed the case, these bonds are in their name. Whoever filed that case, the bonds are in their name. All right. And so when you don't claim those bonds in 3 years, well, what's going to happen? The court is going to claim them. Because you didn't claim it. You abandoned them. After 3 years, you've abandoned them, and then they get to claim them. All right. So the thing is, this stuff gets very deep. You got to be in the university so you can understand. You can get a full knowledge of this whole game. Now, but what we learn to do is to claim those instruments. We learn certain words and terms. I've had several child support cases where, we've been able to deal with the finances of it through the bond, through certain terms that we use, through contracts and instruments that we write. All right. So that's that on the child support. I won't go deep into it because it can get entailed. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. Somebody's saying they can't hear. All right. Who's trying? I told y'all better, if y'all can copy this or download it, do it, because some of our sessions get blocked because this is real powerful information. But some of y'all can hear. If you can, good. If not, come back and check us out. Make sure you like and share. Thank you, Blue. Was that Blue Cares? Thank you so much. All right, so now, are there any other questions? Anybody wants to come on? Anybody want to chat with Diva? Thank you, $10, for the likes and sharing the live. Thank you so much. You all like and share and share and like. Once again, I'm still a newbie here to this platform, but I'm really glad to be here on TikTok. Once again, you all can catch us on YouTube at UNA Republic. And Blue says you want to become a national. Well, I mean, a national, same thing. When you're under trust, you're just standing under God. You could be a national under North America or a national under any other country, as long as you're standing under God. That's the power right there, when you understand how to stand under trust. All right? Do I have any other questions? Thank you, Blue. I appreciate the love. All right. I have my students. My students are in the house. Listen, I got this special session coming up. I'm giving dinner for my students to come in and participate. So we got that coming up. And I'm about to go into a session today. Our sessions are back from C. If you're interested in being a part of your university, go to unauniversity.com. unauniversity.com and check us out. If you're interested in joining us, hit us up on Facebook. You can find me at Diva Laree, DIV to the AA, LYRI.com. LYRI.com. So, and check us out there, and I can answer any questions you have. All right. So with that being said, if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you. Make sure y'all tune in when we have these sessions, because very powerful information we're giving out. All right. I'm out of here. I love you. UNA University. Hit us up at UNA America. As a matter of fact, Diva Laree at AmexPro.com. You can hit us up. See me at Diva Laree on YouTube and Facebook. All right. And also UNA Republic on Facebook as well as TikTok. All right. I'm out. I love y'all. Peace. Diva. Yes. UNA. Yeah.